Hi guys, and welcome to my 23-week pregnancy update. I can't believe I'm already 23 weeks pregnant. That means one more week and we will be in the clear. We will be at viability stage, which means that if the baby were to be born next week, she would have a greater chance at living. They would try to save her, so that is like what I am so excited for right now. In today's video, I am going to be talking about my weight gain, my symptoms, my cravings, the baby physical changes that I've been having, my doctor visit that I went to. So let's jump into the video. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I use notes for every pregnancy update. I have a little pad right here just so that I don't forget anything. So if you see me looking down a lot or at all, it's because I am just trying to make sure I cover everything that I want to talk to you guys about. This week, the baby is approximately 11.5 inches and 1.1 pounds. I know everybody is different, every baby is different, so that's why I say approximately. This week, the baby's hair all over the body is darkening and their skin is getting a lot more pigment. What's going on in my body is that my uterus is expanding and it is now about, I believe they say, about 4 centimeters, which is about 1.5 inch above my belly button now. So whenever I do see the baby like move, she doesn't always like punch and jab and kick and elbow. It's usually like I notice my belly button doing the wave. Like I don't know what she's doing, but my belly button will just like go back and forth like doing the wave for ever. Weight gain. I have still only gained 5 pounds from my pre-pregnancy weight of 155, so I'm now 160, and I don't know what it is, if it's just because this is my 5th baby or if I was a little bit heavier weight at the start of my pregnancy, but every doctor that I've seen so far hasn't mentioned anything about it. They've actually said, okay, good, that's a good amount. So I think I'm only supposed to be gaining approximately 15 to 25 pounds total this pregnancy, so I'm kind of glad I am at the lower numbers. Cravings. I recently have been craving all of the things that I probably shouldn't. Cake, cheesecake, brownies, cookies, ice cream, anything sweet, like you name it, I'm craving it. I don't always give in to my cravings. These aren't really cravings, but they're kind of my go-to foods. Toast. I have been eating a ton of buttered toast, and I like to cut up potatoes and eat them with ketchup and Coke, like Coca-Cola. I know it's really bad for you, and I actually had this craving with my second son Levi, and I gained a ton of weight. I gained 75 pounds with him, and it was probably a mix between the fast food and the soda, but I tried to only drink 1 cup of caffeine a day or 1 caffeine drink a day. Try and control myself. Control yourself, Mercedes. Some of the physical changes that I have been noticing is that my belly is growing a lot differently than it did with my other boys. She's a lot more like towards the front and wide. Like you can probably see right here, my hips are so wide and she's like more in the front, as to the boys, they were pretty low and I was pretty narrow. I don't know if that makes sense, but I have been noticing also a lot more visible stretch marks on my stomach, and I feel like there's no point in trying to use any kind of cream or anything to stop them, because they're gonna happen no matter what. My stomach is stretching differently than it has my previous pregnancies, and I'm not sure if it is true, like if you're having a boy you carry low, if you have a girl you're carrying high and wide. But for me, so far, it is true, and I'm just letting the stretch marks come as they do. I do have cream for it. I don't use it. Stretch marks are beautiful. I have been noticing that I have been getting a lot more acne and like red blotches on my cheeks. Like you can probably see them right now, maybe not. but like my cheeks are always just so red, and this is like the area that I noticed the acne also. And I mean, I don't do any type of special skincare routine. I wash my face a few times a week in the shower, and that's it. I feel like the acne is gonna come no matter what. It's part of the hormones in my body from being pregnant. I've also noticed that my skin, not only on my face, but on my feet and my legs, is really dry and sometimes pretty itchy. Also, my hair has been really dry, and I don't wash it more than 2 times a week. Otherwise, it'll just start falling out. It will be crazy. So my hair grows pretty fast, but it's like not the healthiest hair. Like, it's already like a little bit tangled. You guys probably can't see the dryness, but it is really dry. And I think this is like day 2 hair. Symptoms. This is going to be a long list of symptoms because I have been experiencing every pregnancy symptom under the sun. I have been tossing and turning between a mix of one day I'm really motivated and I want to clean and I want to do this and that, and the next day I'm just so tired I can barely get off the couch. And so it's like a toss-up between fatigue and energy. Now, I'm not nauseous, but I just have no appetite whatsoever. I have to force myself to eat. My husband has to remind me to eat, like, you need to eat. And usually when I do eat, I want to make something quick, so I go towards buttered toast. But I've recently been trying to snack on vegetables and fruit and eat salads and a lot of more chicken. It doesn't always go well, but I try. The past few days, probably even the past week, I have noticed that I have been napping and sleeping a lot. It's like I'll go to bed at 8 o'clock at night and I'll wake up at 7:30 in the morning, almost 8. That's almost 12 hours of sleep, and I'm just still so tired. Like, I want to nap, I want to sleep, I don't want to get out of bed. Obviously I have to because I have 2 toddlers and 2 babies, or 3 toddlers and a baby. I've also been experiencing calf pain, which I've never experienced during pregnancy before. Like, my calves will just feel really like swollen and heavy, and I don't like it. No, I don't like it. This next symptom is something I'm actually experiencing right now. 2 nights ago, I woke up and I was just having like this insane amount of rib pain and like stomach tightening, and I thought it was just due to the baby getting bigger, the baby moving, my stomach growing. And I even mentioned it to my husband, and my husband was like, it's probably because the baby is growing, the baby's pushing on your ribs, it'll be fine. But it's 2 days later, and not only am I still experiencing like the stomach tightening like all over, but like the rib pain too has moved from the front all the way around to the back. And when I breathe, like if I breathe any type of heavy, like, I don't know if that makes sense, but if I don't breathe light, like if I just take a deep breath, a small deep breath, too deep of a breath, like, I don't know, it feels like my lungs are like squished or throbbing or just like getting squeezed together. And I noticed it this morning when I was trying to sneeze. Like, I had to sneeze so bad, and I made it through the like, but I couldn't let out the sneeze because it hurt. I don't know if it was my ribs or my lungs. It hurt too bad, and it happened again this afternoon. I had to sneeze again, and I just couldn't. Like, my body hurts. Even right now when I'm breathing, like if I take a breath after a sentence, like, oh, like my ribs go in and my lungs are getting squished and my back is like, bam, like shooting pain everywhere. And I was looking up online, and a lot of people say that it could have something to do with your lungs, being anemic, which I am anemic, but I take iron pills. And something else that started with a P, and usually when you're pregnant and you have this problem, you get like a CT scan or x-ray or something. I'm not going to go that far. I'm just going to mention it to my doctor next time I go in, which is in a few weeks. So hopefully until then, I can bear it. I've been getting a crap ton of headaches. Like, I feel like every day I'm waking up with a headache, and I've just gotten used to them that I just don't even notice them anymore. When I'm pregnant, I don't take any medication other than what I'm prescribed by my doctor, so I don't take any like Tylenol or anything for any kind of pain. I just don't. So I just deal with it. Just deal with it. I've also been getting really dizzy and lightheaded, and those are what I was experiencing before I started taking the iron for my anemia. And I actually mentioned this to my doctor, and it didn't go well, which I will talk to you guys about at the end of this video. The last symptom that I have noticed is that I'm going to the bathroom a lot more. I feel like it's every 5 to 10 minutes I'm in the bathroom, I'm having to pee, and it's quite annoying. Like, it annoys me. Now, let's get into talking about this horrible, horrible doctor visit I recently had. So, I found a new doctor that is a little bit closer to where our new house is. I've never seen them before. I've never been to their office. I never heard of them. I was actually recommended to them by a friend, and they were supposed to be a really good office with like the best doctors, the best team, yada yada yada. Well, let's just say it didn't go very well. So I ended up losing my ID from our move from North Dakota to Las Vegas, and I have not been able to get in to get a new one, but I do have an older one that has like the void stamp in it. So I took that to the doctors with me, hoping that they would just let me use it that one time and it would be fine. Like, the picture on there is me. Not only that, but did I have my birth certificate, I had my social security card, I had any other type of proof of identity that they could have asked for. And I told the receptionist lady this when I was checking in, okay? Also, I don't have my physical insurance cards because we just moved and they have to send us new ones. But I did have it like virtual, and I had asked the lady if I could email it to her, and she let me email it to her, which was fine. And so when I showed her the ID that I had, and I explained my situation, and I told her that I had other proof of identity, she literally snatched my ID out of my hand, ran it through the copier, and said, "Kay, next time I can't see you without it." Like, snarky like that. And I was just like, okay. Like, okay. So from the jump, I didn't like this doctor's office, but I was like, whatever, I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to see how the doctor is. So finally, I get back to see the doctor. The doctor comes in, and I am telling the doctor concerns that I'm having. I mentioned to her that I am feeling really dizzy and weak and lightheaded, like all of the symptoms that I was experiencing before I started taking the iron for my anemia. And she goes, "Oh honey, those are normal pregnancy symptoms." And I'm just thinking like, but I'm anemic and I'm taking the iron, like do I need to up my iron? Is something else going on? Like, I don't feel like I should be wanting to faint all day long, every day. And she just basically was like, it's normal for pregnancy. Like, okay, whatever. So then I mentioned to them that I think that I might have another UTI. And they're asking me all these questions about why I think I might have another UTI. And I'm explaining it to them. And then she doesn't even like check to see if I have a UTI, nothing like that. She just goes, "How much water are you drinking a day?" And I go, oh, I don't know the exact amount. I probably don't drink enough water, but I do drink a crap ton of water bottles. Oh, she goes, okay, but how many gallons of water are you drinking a day? And I'm like, I don't know how many gallons. I guess how many water bottles equals a gallon, and I could tell you. And she goes, no. How many gallon jugs of water are you drinking a day? And I'm like, look, lady, I don't sit there and drink out of a gallon jug. I drink water bottles all day long. If you would just tell me how many water bottles are in a gallon, I can tell you how many. And she was like, no, you need to carry around a big gallon jug of water a day and you need to drink out of it. That's the only way to do it. And I'm like, fine, I'll get a gallon jug of water and I'll just pour it into the water bottles and I'll find out myself how many gallons of water are in how many water bottles, okay? And she was like saying it to me like I was a child, like I didn't understand. Like, I understood. I already told you I don't drink enough water. Just like, help me, answer my question. That's all. Ugh. So from that point, I already didn't like the doctor. I was irritated with her. So she gets me up on the bed and I lay down, and as she's going to measure my stomach with a little tape measure, she goes, so I see that you've missed some appointments. And I was like, no, I don't think I have. I've only had 3 appointments, and the first one I rescheduled, the second one you rescheduled because you were delivering somebody else's baby, and this is the 3rd appointment, and here I am. Like, I didn't miss any appointments. I don't know what you're talking about. And she goes, well, that's not what it says in our system. And I was like, well, I'm telling you right now, I haven't missed any appointments. I've always called to reschedule. And she just looks at me, she smiles with the fakest smile ever, and she goes, well, if you continue this, I'm going to have to discontinue service with you, ma'am. And I'm like, okay then, like, I just told you I haven't missed any appointments. I don't plan to miss any appointments. What is wrong with this office? Like, you're supposed to be the best doctors and staff, and you're just horrible. Like, you're rude, you're snarky, you don't listen to your patients. Ugh! Anyways, rant over about this doctor. I just want to forget about it. I plan on switching doctors after my anatomy scan, which is scheduled for Halloween. So I think like a week and a half more after my anatomy scan, I will be switching doctors. I will find a new doctor's office. I don't care. Okay, so the last thing that I have to do for this video is show you guys my bump shot. So here we go. So I'm not gonna lift my shirt up today because I am wearing a dress, but I have to stand on my tippy toes for this. My belly button is like a flat with my stomach, but this is my little bump. I think it's so cute, and it literally looks round like a basketball. Like, just from standing up to do that bump shot, I am so lightheaded. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's pregnancy updates. I might have went on a little rant, and it's okay. It's okay to go on rants. It is okay. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Now I have heartburn. Whew. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.